You heard it in our sports headlines, and of course it's big news around the country. The announcement that Proteas women have just been handed a nice check of 7.5 million rand from the Sports Ministry for their achievements, and they will also get 5 million rand per year over the next 3 years to develop the code, the cricket code, sporting code in South Africa. And to talk to us about this, Deputy Minister of Sports and Recreation, Arts and Culture, Deputy Minister Nocawe Mafu joins us. Good evening to you and welcome. If you look at some of the recent headlines, I mean, it certainly is, the stuff of pride and inspiration. Proteas women making cricket history at the T20 World Cup, the first senior national cricket team to get an ICC World Cup final. Women have been slaying on the field, and finally, Deputy Minister, they are getting the recognition. Just share with us the conversation in the room that finally led to this decision.
Thank you so much, Imani, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. You are so right, Imani. Women are actually slaying it in the field, and it's about time that we recognize them. The discussion has been going on in the country that women are not recognized enough. You would remember that when Banyana won the African championships in Morocco, we gave them 15 million as the department, as a sign of saying we recognize what you're doing. Now, the Momentum Proteas women's cricket team have done so well with the fact that they then went up to the final of the T20 here at home. We then, sat and said, this team has done so well against teams that have already got a professional league in their countries. Australia has got a professional league, England has got a professional league, and New Zealand has got a professional league. These girls don't have a professional league, yet they went up to be the runners-up. So when we then looked at the incentive to give them, we said, let's look at the incentive in such a way that it also sustains the sport, which is the cricket women. So we said, we will give them the incentive as a team, but we will also look at how then we can assist Cricket South Africa to actually put together a professional league. That's why we then said 5 million per annum for 3 years, which is 15 million, to put together a professional league.
Yeah, so it's in two parts, it sounds like, the inspiration and then the institutionalizing of this, desire to formalize the sport, to find grassroots talent and to really support it all the way from the bottom, to the big leagues. Just talk to us about ongoing support. This is a start in the right direction. And if I look at the tweets from a lot of our viewers, there's a lot of support, there's a lot of congratulations, but there's some skepticism about the sustainability of this in the long run and about this needing to be only the first start in a 1,000-mile journey to really support and bring cricket, especially women's cricket and other codes, women's sporting codes, and give them the support that they need.
Look, Imani, we did this with Banyana as well. We made sure that SAFA put together a professional league for the women's soccer, and then the Hollywood Bets came in and they became the sponsor. We actually, the very same thing that we are doing with cricket, that's what we did with the football. We also did the same thing with the netball. So the point I'm trying to say is that it's not the first time we're doing this, but the issue here is that cricket is doing so well right now that we thought it's important that now they are the next on the queue to get this incentive. And we hope that after cricket, we will be able to do the same thing to the women's rugby. So yes, we in the country, we are recognizing the fact that women's sport is slowly getting up there. And us as government, we are here to assist the federations to make sure that this momentum doesn't die down.
Yeah.
What we hope so is the fact that the corporates, the private sector must come to the party and assist, obviously, to make sure that we sustain this. Because at the end of the day, government is not going to be able to do it alone. We can start it, but we need to make sure that corporate come in. Already, Momentum has been helping the Protea women
Right.
as the loan sponsor. We hope that we will have more that will come in.
Well, that's very interesting, Deputy Minister, to hear that there will be a cascading effect across sport and moving through it code by code. South Africa has the opportunity to pioneer, some of the international models that exist for men in getting, the eyeballs to the screen, making sure there's exponential advertising. If we can lead the way with female sporting codes, that would certainly be something in the world, and it would be something for us to watch. Just a quick inside goss between us girls. What's it like working with the new minister, with Zizi Kodwa?
Look, yes, Imani, I think we have been very fortunate. He's very passionate about women in sport, and he actually wants to see more of the codes, doing well. So I'm quite very excited about the fact that actually we get now the fact that everybody is going in the same direction around the women in sport. And secondly, you would know that we've been talking about the women in sport policy for a long time now. I can tell you, Imani, that Cabinet has given a go-ahead, a green light on this policy. It will be advertised now in the government gazettes. We really want South Africans to look at that policy, comment on it, so that we have the best women in sport policy that we can have in the country.
Well, thanks for that, and certainly going to be watching this really, really closely. The Deputy Minister of Sports and Recreation, Arts and Culture, Nocawe Mafu there. I'm going to hand it over to Xoli, and this is a story that sport has been following quite closely as well. And what an amazing moment for women's cricket, Xoli, and promises that there will certainly be a movement to ground up and support to support the sport over the next 3 years by bringing in a lot more financial backing as well.